Alright, here I am, streaming for the very second time, with a few improvements. You know, a better thumbnail mainly. The last one was pretty bad. But yeah, I'm gonna be working on the same cartoon I was last time, which was a video celebrating the 2-year anniversary of my animated series. It's fine. I don't need to give all this context, really. I don't. Just gotta do what the title says. I gotta animate live. Yeah, I just got this gradient kind of effect done. I think it looks okay. I'm gonna see if I get more. Last time, what did I get? 9 viewers, 2 concurrent at the most. See what I get this time around. Okay. At my last stream, I was pretty nervous actually, and I was talking about a lot of bullshit. I didn't have anything to say, and I don't have anything to say today either, really. But this time, I'm just gonna shut up instead. Or at least until I can come up with something sensible to say here. Kinda just doing this right now. So I'm trying to make... What was it? If I can get the reference scene here. In the first episode of my show, there was a scene of all these like missiles falling out of the sky, and I'm trying to recreate that, only with like some better looking missiles than these. You know, this is kind of just like a box with like a pointy end and a thruster. This looks a little more well, they're supposed to be nukes, and nukes don't look like this or that, but I think it's, you know, it's up to creative interpretation or whatever, you know. So what color should it be? It's gray. Maybe like a greenish gray? I don't really know. But, you know, I'm gonna find out. Let's try a greenish gray here. Where's the chat at? No, hold on. Is it there now? Yeah, it's there. Oh, wait, I think it was there to begin with. I just didn't see it. Now, why is it coloring like that? Because I gotta hide the storyboard layer. Don't ask why, you just have to. Otherwise it's gonna do it wrong. Now, you know what, screw it, I think I'll just make them gray. Who knows what a real life nuke looks like? I mean, I've never seen one. Have you? Yeah, I guess it's like this, you know, it's like a Tsar bomb. Okay, so I know what one nuke looks like, but what a modern nuke looks like, I don't know. They kind of try to keep those things secret, you know. And the bottom thing, that should also be black. There you go. and maybe like sculpt it to look a little more like something that, I don't know, looks good. There you go. And then, you know, you gotta keep faithful to the original here. Although I don't really know. Because is this too political? Like Soviet flags and Russian flags, like, oh, that could offend somebody, right? Especially if you just click onto the stream and you see me drawing a Russian nuclear bomb. I don't know if you'd stay after that. I mean, I don't know. You know what? I have free will here. I'm gonna do what I intend to do here. Artist intent. So white color. Yes, sir. Blue color, yes, sir. And red color, yes, sir. Well, this is how I did it, you know, in Flash, but it doesn't really work like this because that's a very, like, technical thing. I don't think anybody wants to hear me explain that. But I'm gonna use the shape tool instead. Just know that. Okay. So far, so good. Then another square, and this one's blue. And then the next one's gonna be what? It's gonna be red. Right, so that's a fully real Russian nuke. I mean, it does kind of look like it doesn't belong on there. Let me see if I can fix that. I don't know, like, why would they, though, like, put a Russian flag on the nuke, like, on here? I don't know. But, you know, let's just say canonically, in my universe, they do. For no good reason. Yeah, I guess that's fine. You know, I don't really care. This thing's, this little video that I'm doing here, or animating here, it's got to be done the 2nd of August, so I think I'm okay with rushing it a bit. That's okay. Also, if anyone has typed in chat yet, which I clearly don't have to worry about, but when someone does, be warned that first of all, there's a lot of delay, like I've written, like a lot, like minutes. Last guy who typed in chat on my last live stream, what I think happened was, like, he typed like 3 messages at once, and then he left. I think he thought it just wasn't going through or something. Or it could also be that the live stream was terrible. You know what? I think it might have been that. Okay, and then I need a flame at the end of this, otherwise it's not a nuke, you know. Or at least not according to this. It needs a flame, or at least an orange blob. That's the least you can do. So, you know what? Sure. I guess orange, right? Yeah. True to the original here. Like this is fine, right? Like something like that, or like that. You know, that's a good enough layer like that. If you are gonna add an effect, right, you're gonna add the glow effect here. There's no way to make it only glow on one layer. It's all layers. And that doesn't work for what I'm trying to do here. So I think what I'll do instead is I'll use the, if there is any, I'll use the airbrush tool to draw the flame. that'll kind of make it look like it's glowing, and that's good enough for me. I remember there being one, so like, see, that kind of looks like it's glowing, kind of. Like you could, if someone was blind, right, or almost blind, this could fool them. You know, this is a real flame right here. Maybe a white flame is better. No, not really. How strong is the airbrush here? I don't really know that. Yellow flame, how's that? Sure, I think that looks the best. You know, it's a contrasting color to the blue around it and so on. I think that's a good idea. So there you go. There's your flame. I'll animate that later when I get, or I guess I could just add like a modifier to it, right? I could say noise, deform noise, and then only on that one layer, which is lines. Oh, no, but that is the outline is also on the lines layer. Okay, well that kind of makes, you know what? I'll wait with the flame. I'll wait with it. I'll first I'll set them up correctly. These little nukes here. See, I gotta have it like this, but I don't want them going straight down this time. I want them going diagonally, because that looks better, in my opinion. No, I didn't have it on lines. I had it on layer. Well, I don't care anymore. The ship has sailed. Yeah, just like that, I guess. Sure, and then I'll just duplicate it, right? No, I won't. Instead, what I'll do is, I think I'll use the array modifier. I think that'll be good. Generate array. So now I've got two of them. I don't know why it doesn't have color on it. If I could fix that real quick, that would be great. But yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to be great. Material override. What even is that, man? Relative offset, randomize. Yeah, I want it to be randomized, but first I have to have it be colored, dude. How do I do that? Honestly, I don't know what to believe here. Maybe you just can't. How about that? Anyone in chat got something to say? Nope. Absolutely not. And this one's tough. This one's real tough. I mean, it's... If it were like this, you'd think, okay, it's only affecting one layer. It's only affecting the line layer, but nope. It is influencing every layer. Wait. No. I see the issue here. It is putting the line work and the coloring separate from one another. Okay, well, that's not quite what I was looking for here. But it doesn't look like there's a way to change that. They're always going to be separate. Ununitable. Okay, well... Alright. I guess I'll just duplicate it then. I'm not too good for that, you know. I'll do it. Need a little one and you know a medium one right here. And you know, if I was being fully faithful to the original here, I would like put Soviet flags on there as well. But you know, I've gotten lazier since then, so I'm not gonna. You know, the tiny ones, a few tiny ones here and there. And then I guess just duplicate this whole thing. Or not. You know what? That's not the solution here. This is. You gotta duplicate it that way. And then that way, right? You following here? Because I am. Oh. Okay, well there you go. Now they just all need a little flame. Little animated flame. And, you know, usually that'd be a tough job, but thanks to, something you can do in Blender, it's actually very easy. What, did I hide it for the camera? Why? Okay. Now, I don't quite have an answer for why the lines aren't... Why they're see-through now. That I do not understand. Why has that happened? I've got no modifiers, I've got no issue. Why is it doing that? Sometimes, you know, you can say what you will about Blender and how good it is, and I would do nothing but agree with you, okay? But sometimes you get some technical challenges, some issues that just... The only explanation can be that the computer is haunted and is fighting you. Like, there's no... Why are the lines see-through? I didn't tell it to do that, did I? Does anybody have a logical explanation for that? Because I sure as hell don't. And why can't I recolor them, dude? What is going on here? What the hell? I mean... What can I do about this? Is it hopeless? Is it a battle I can't win? Will it have to continue being like this? Is it because I've got the airbrush selected? If I go back to the pen, like if I paint now on the lines layer, it's fine. But these lines here are transparent now. Why? Doesn't quite make sense. I've never had that issue before either, you know. I've been using this program for years, man. You know, I've never seen such a thing. Never. Is there anything I can do here? Add modifier. Edit. Color? Opacity. Thank you. Maybe I can turn it up. Yeah, I can turn it up. Okay. I've got the solution to the problem that I didn't cause. Or that nothing really caused. Lines, and then just turn it up. There you go. See, that's a great fix right there. So now we're back to normal here. Back to business as usual. Still nobody's in chat. And then, you know, you gotta have a flame coming out the ends of these. So I'll put that on the layer. I'm really, you know, say what you will about me, but I sure do know how to name a layer. You know, you've got layer and color and lines and character color and character lines and layer 001. No, wow. Like, you'd think I was an industry professional out here, you know? But believe it or not, I'm not quite that. Okay, this one just has a little flame out. And, yeah, the ones that are behind the camera, you know, they sort of don't need the flame. I'll add it to some of them anyways, because this is going to be like a shot where they gradually come out of the sky. I mean, so far this scene is looking good, or at least better than this. You know, this is what I did 2 years ago, or what'll soon be 2 years ago. And I'd say I mean, can you tell the difference? Please type in chat. All the 0 viewers out there. And I can't see the chat, you know, while I draw. I have to open OBS and be like, okay. But you know, I don't need to do that right now. It seems. The last time maybe I got lucky. Maybe it was a fluke that one dude showed up. The one guy, that one dude was the target audience for this stream, and he's gone now. And there's nobody. So if I could ask for some noise here, please. I think it is deform and then noise, yes. And then, no, only affect the layer called layer, please. You can see the flames kind of move, you know. I want to say make it faster, right? Which I do here. Boom. Now this is okay, you know, kind of okay. Not really good enough, but like it's a passable thing. The trick is you gotta turn up the noise scale. That's what makes all the difference here. The strength, I guess. The thickness, yeah, that could be a cool effect, right? I mean, you can't really tell the difference, but yeah, it's a cool effect. Ooh, yeah, it's cool. Oh, I think I gotta get rid of this missile, though. Gotta get rid of this one, because it breaks the 3D immersion that this beautiful cartoon otherwise would have, right? So, you know, I'll delete it. I will. It's not easy, but I'll do it. And then, you know, get rid of the flame as well. There you go. Now you've got something that almost looks passable, which is about as good as it gets for me. Strength, I guess it could also, you know, switch. Sure. Noise offset, that doesn't really do anything. UV does nothing. Yeah, so I'm pretty much done here. This is about as good as it gets, sadly. So now I'm gonna move on to making them move down, as I said before. And that will be the object mode. And it about stops there, so keyframe this, keyframe that, la la la. You know, do a blank keyframe here, please. No, okay, what's going on? What happened? I guess duplicate it then. Oh no, what's going on here? Get rid of this and then blank keyframe here. So now they'll show up like that. Okay, everything's keyframed. Why? Didn't do anything to you. Everything still works. So now I just gotta make it move down, right? Now this is keyframed and this is. So I'll move the object up here. Why is the couch there? I guess, you know, it doesn't belong there, but I'll keep it. It does no harm. Okay, sure. I guess I'll just move them over here now. And you know, boom, you've got an Oscar-worthy scene here. It's very shit, but like, you know. Okay. Oh no, what did I do? Not quite like that, please. Not quite. Let's move this back here. Then they'll move straight. And then just push them down a bit. Like so. Where'd the... Oh my gosh. No! What is going on? They're not supposed to be there, in that scene. Or at least not yet. I just delete this. Oh no, not in object mode though. That'll kill it. So that's about it. I'd say that's okay, you know. I'd like to change a few things. Position goes all the way up. If I can set it to 2, I would. And I can. Okay, nice. Okay, well that's about it. And then, you know, I'll just make it so that it only does that noise thing with the fire in that scene where it needs to do it, and otherwise not. Because this is the same layer that everything else is on, and I don't want it messing everything up. No chatters, nothing. It's a quiet day. Not much going on. And then, you know, later I'll add a screen shake effect like there was in the original, which can be viewed here. Now this was a little extreme and poorly done as well, but I'll add an actual screen shake. I promise you. But yeah, this looks okay, right? I mean, once you add a little bloom effect in there, you know, that'll look great. Just great. One thing I'd like to change maybe is the the missiles here. You know, I'd like to move this little guy. I'd like to move him over here. There you go. Oh no, no. Oh my god. Okay, into the dope sheet I go here to make things right. There you go, and now things are right, and I can leave the dope sheet again. So yeah, that's what it looks like here. I'd say that's fine. You know, maybe I should consider just like moving this gradient along while the nukes are being moved along. Do it. I'll do it. It'll be worth it. So the color changes up to there. I think I gotta move this a bit. Like the whole thing. No, I don't have to. Do I? Well, no, I kind of do. Well, then I will. There you go. Right, much better, right? Yeah. Much better. Now onto the sky layer here. I'm gonna edit this gradient. Some material. And then, you know, sure, keyframe it there. Until until the next part. Oh shit. You know, I'm damaged. It'll sometimes, it's not like a CRT or anything, but it is an old, like, flat screen under 1080p TV. That's my monitor right now. Sometimes the cable slips out and everything just goes black on the screen. You zero people saw black there, but I did. Anyway, what was I doing? I was looking at the storyboard here to see when the next part starts, which is here. So up to here, I'll put a marker here. I'm gonna put a marker, and then I'll go back until it to here. Which one do I change? The Y location. That's right. And then, you know, it'll change. Alright, and then, you know, I'm done. So I will change the sky material colors back to what they were, pretty much. You know, just keyframe this, keyframe that, and then just change the colors back to like a good sky color, right? Which would be also the rotation has to go back to 0 or 90. It was 90 degrees. There you go. And then, you know, yeah, just about like that. That's a good sky color. And then I'll get rid of these missiles, so I stop freaking the fuck out of people who are watching this. What is this guy animating? God damn. Okay, there you go. Now I need a background. You know, it sucks, but I have to face it. I need one of those. So I'm gonna real quickly just search for this whole scene here, this whole sequence that I've animated yesterday and today. That was based off of the first episode of my show, and I've made 7 of them so far. So now this next sequence here is going to be based off my second episode, which was something about Mr. Beast going nuts and killing everybody. You know, back when when my cartoons were in their infancy, or whatever you want to call them, the plots were very unhinged. You know, there was no filter on there. Absolutely none. Not very coherent, but yeah, just chaos. Let me see, anybody saying anything? Nope. Okay. Yeah, I think this looks alright. So, you know, it shoots up from the roof, and then, you know, shows the nukes coming in. That looks good. That looks fine, I'd say. But now I gotta look up episode 2 here on my computer, because I do have it, the original, pure, raw MP4 file. I have it. Better believe it. Episode 2. In this video. And just to give you a, you know, an idea of my skill back then. Here he is. This depiction of a human being was supposed to be Mr. Beast. Now how'd I do? How about you all tell me, huh? Yeah, I didn't, I don't think it was too good. But how was the background? I'm trying to reference, you know, I got better at backgrounds this time, you know, I think this looks passable. But what I'm looking for here is the background for when like it was at the end. Here it is. Okay, so this was the background. Actually, a more gray sky than I had thought. You know, cloudy one. And, you know, very gray, very terrible. Ignore the fact that there's 2 dead people on the fucking ground here, you know. Watch the original episode 2 if you want the context, because I'm not giving it to you. Okay, so more grayish sky color is what I'm hearing here. Well, don't mind if I do. I'll change that up for you. Value down. Saturation down, value down. There you go. Sure, this is a good, you know, grayish sky gradient, I'd say. And then it also needs some clouds, which I will just go right ahead and make now. What is airbrush? No, give me the pen. And then I guess I'll just make the strength lower, or the opacity lower. And I will paint with... I guess I need a new material here. I will paint with a new material called the Material 001. That's just the color white. And it'll be great. Yeah, bam. How was it in the original? It was like that. I'll replicate the clouds from then. You know, I will. I'll take the time out of my day here. You know, I'm already live streaming to an audience of 0 people, so why not waste even more time here? There you go. There's your before and after shot here. So now I gotta do, you know, the background itself. So into object mode, into this object, back into draw mode, and I'll say the lines layer. Yeah, I will say that. And how about the noise modifier shuts off here, or you know, it's on here. Wait, what? Keyframe! Replace keyframe, what does that mean? If I shut it off here, what's gonna happen? That's fine. Okay. And then, you know, it's also gonna be a bit of a panning shot. You know, it's gonna be a, you can like pan over. And cut over to those dead people there. As you can see in the storyboard and in the original. Very faithful to the original as this video is going to be. Okay, now I need to... Oh. Yeah, just a desaturated green. I don't have to do it like the original. There's no need. There's really no need for that. Just like a cold, desaturated, you know, whatever. It was like that. Okay, so it's just the shape tool. All right. Well, then that's what I'll use. How about that? Sure. That's a great color right there. Great color. And then again, how great is it really? It's not too good, I'll tell you that. But who cares? Honestly. How much of the screen did it take up in the original? How about, like, about a half? Sure, okay. And then, very flat terrain here, but you know, I don't care to add terrain. I just have an amazing work ethic in every way. Okay. How about we say, like, yeah. Shut off the storyboard. I'm tired of that image. Okay. And then it's got to be a panning shot, so I'll just like select these two, drag them out. There you go. And then I'll render that just to see how it looks. Looks like that. So original and new background. Now I'll just go ahead and add some grass. You know, just some or something that at least gives the vague impression of grass. There you go. Here. It doesn't get much better than that, I'm gonna be honest. This is the best grass you're gonna get me to draw. Yeah, I know it's just the letter M and you know, not much else, but that is what my skill level allows for here. Yeah, okay, this is fine. And then I lastly will add a line that is dark red, dark desaturated red. Like that. Oh shit. Okay. I don't know how well this video is gonna do. Not the live stream, but like the video I'm actually making here. I don't know, a few more grass blades I'm gonna need. Just like over here or so. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so this is the background here. Looks pretty good, looks alright, you know? Just gotta have characters on there now. Easier said than done, but I gotta have... I'll start with the main characters, so to speak. When I called the stream "Come Say Hi," I don't know why I like genuinely expected people to read that and be like, "Okay, yeah, sure, I will obey this. You know, I'll come say hi." You know, sometimes reality hits you hard. Some people would call that obnoxious, attention-seeking. I call it, I call that my style. How about that? My style of streaming, my style of commentary, huh? How's that? Yeah, that ought to do it. That's fine. Then, you know, the colors I've got. And it was like this. These here dot eyes They're soulless. Okay, that's before I knew how to draw, like, expressions of any kind, I guess. And I still don't really know, but I know when to add, like, a line so that it looks slightly better. That's more than I knew back then. The stuff that you can learn in 2 years. Absolutely incredible, huh? You know, my upload schedule back then puts the new me to shame, I tell you. Because this is a movie, okay, a movie is maybe a bit of a stretch. This 5-minute animation took me, how long? It took me 3 minutes. 3 minutes to, or no, not, oh my god, wake up. Fucking 3 months to make. And I was like, oh man, I was too slow at making that. Nowadays, like, I'm afraid we're gonna have to go down to 1 video per year here. I mean, I'm making longer videos, of course, but I don't know if I'm also working less efficiently. You know what? I don't think it's that. I think it is the fact that I'm doing an 11-minute long animation as opposed to a 5-minute one. That would explain the difference, I think. Yeah, you know what? That's a good facial expression right there. Sure. Yeah. This is the face I make. Absolutely. Yeah. And then I just need the guy next to him. Here and there. I'll just say like that. Sure. I don't know about this hair. I mean, he's looking up, so I guess, but like, still, kind of looks off to me. I'm gonna put these eyes a bit down, and then just have the dots themselves looking up, so it still looks like he's looking up. Then I can bring the hair down a bit, make it look a little more right. I hope this animation won't be too much of a pain in the ass, because I don't have time for any pains in the ass. I only have time for, well, I have until about the 2nd of August, so I just have time to get it done, just about barely, so I don't need anything fighting me here. But you know, it's gonna be a long process. You know, I need to animate everything, color everything, every background, every color, gotta lip sync it too, export it, edit it, so on. It's not easy making original content. You know, it's a bit easier than a prompt, I'll say. But you know, it is what it is. Here we are with character color layer. I'll add the color, I will. This guy too. I need blue and a red. And I mean, I guess I don't have the exact red color on me, so I'll just improvise here. Make it a bit more gray. How about that? A little less saturated. That fits the scene nicely. There you go. So now they're here. They're colored. You know, very good. So you know, if you know, leave a chat if you can tell the difference between 2 years ago and today. This is how the scene looked, you know, in the original, and this is what it looks like now. I mean, there hasn't been an artistic revolution yet, I'll say, but you know, there will come a time where I'll reinvent, I think. You know, it won't be on purpose, but I'll do it eventually. Now, right now, you know, my art style pretty much hasn't changed since, like, I started making things back when I was 9. You know, I was like, okay, 2 balls and 4 branches here, and there you have it. And well, that's worked. That's been all I've needed for the past 7 years or so. And then again, I don't know if the scene should start here. I don't know. It should. It should absolutely start there. Now, real quick, I'm going to check if anybody has tuned into the stream so far, because I might accidentally have set it to private. That is a possibility. Very much a possibility. Let me see here. 0, 0, 0, 0. Stream settings. Oh no, it's public. It's very public. Just the little, with the little caveat that nobody cares. You know, so yeah, it is what it is. You know what? I can live without views. I don't need it. Maybe it's just a bad time I'm streaming at, you know? Maybe. Maybe the last thumbnail was better, but I can't bring myself to believe that for 1 second. It looked like garbage, complete garbage. Maybe I should stream on Twitch instead. How about that? Maybe people will tune in. And maybe I should also get a more interesting VTuber. But like, they cost $100 or something off of Fiverr. I don't want to pay that. Just to have jiggle physics on my guy here. I don't care about that. I don't think that's what. No, that is, if I'm streaming on Twitch, then that will be what gets me the views. The jiggle physics, right? I love that shit on there. Okay. Okay, so when he starts talking, eyebrows raise. No good reason for that, just like, or how about that? That's fine. Just for the sake of something happening, you know? Wait a minute. No, Johnzon, no, he's got like a blood-stained shirt. Also, they're standing in the opposite order here. Don't worry, I'll fix that. Very easy fix. But I mean, I don't know, I guess Bobir is like the main guy here, so I don't really know. This one's tough. This one's tough. Well, we have him here at the third of the screen here, and then him in the middle. That's a good solution. That's a solution that will please everybody. So you know what? Cheers to that. Now I need to paint in the first the blood stain here on Johnzon's shirt, but that's an easy fix, you know. Just dark red and oh my gosh. Then brush tool, and then select dark red again because this program is made by aliens and not for human beings, and then you can, you know, add that. Add them bloodstains. Yeah, just like the original. I don't know how to draw a good bloodstain. I think that shows that I'm a little sane, you know, if only a little. No, it kind of, you know, it doesn't really look like much of a blood stain, does it? It kind of looks more like he shat himself, right? I'm just saying. Okay, no, I'll fix that. How about I just make it bright red instead? Because that might be a better, like, stylistic. It may not be realistic. But, you know, it is what it is. Not everything can be realistic. Some things have to be fictional here in life, you know? Okay, well, there you have it. So that's a mighty good bloodstain you got there, sir. You know what? I know it's not in the original, but I'll put it on his face as well. Just for some extra, I don't know, shock value or something. Who knows? Who knows why I do what I do? I just do it. There you go. That's fine. Maybe not like all the way, but just like a few spots here. So yeah, I guess bright red is the new style of blood, I've just decided. That's the way I'm gonna do it from now on. Will it help to use the randomize tool on it? Oh yes, that will help. Nice, dude. Okay, it looks nice. It looks good. Now it looks good. Okay, no, they don't get swapped around suddenly. Just move them. Please. I'm begging you. And they still do it. Okay, hold on. There you go. I think this face is appropriate. I think I'm gonna just add a little thing here. Little magic touch. Oh, okay, no, hold on. Not on that frame. On this one. There you go. Boom. Now he looks like he's traumatized, you know. 1,000-mile stare. It's amazing what one line can do. Really is. Okay. So this original, this, you know, it's okay. Still nobody is typing. Damn. Okay, I thought when I streamed last time, I thought, you know, that couldn't have gone worse. Or, you know, whatever, but today it's going worse. No way around it. No need to be such a drama queen about it, though. Now I just need to animate them dead people, right? You know, that's a great sentence that I just used there. Okay. So they look like this, right? Very dead, very whatever, you know. I just draw them as well as I can, right? You know, I'll imitate that as well as I can. You know, my original cartoons, you can say about them what you will. And that's all I have to say about that. You know, that's it. Say about them what you will. Just, I mean, you're not gonna hurt my feelings with it, because I know they were garbage. Don't minimize that. But why am I not... Okay. I'm gonna have to set this down then. Just a bit. Just a bit. I'm not talking loud enough. That's the issue. I gotta talk loud. I gotta be confident. That's what I've gotta be. It's just the issue that I'm not right now. But I'll come along. You know how it is with these things. I know you've all live streamed before. All 0 of you. Yeah, and then his signature beanie here. You know, famous dead guy number 3 attire, you know. I'll just do the best to imitate the color here. I'll give it a bit more blue, okay, because, you know, color theory and all that. It fits with the background and all of that stuff. A little more blue. And what color shirt was he wearing? Like a purplish, very dark blue. There you go. Looks amazing. I just gotta draw the other dude, which isn't too bad. Why is he doing like a Superman pose? Da da da. It's not what I'm going for. What did he do in the... Oh, he just spread his arms out. Sure. That's a classic. There you go. It don't get no better than that. And you know, it doesn't look perfect, but it doesn't need to look perfect. It just needs to look. Copy and delete and paste. Yes, sir. And then color. Now this dude was wearing teal blue, or just teal in the original, so that's what I'll do here as well. A little more to the blue side, you know, and then just dark gray with a tint of blue. Just black. Just give me black. I don't care. I really don't. There you go, boom. And then you just need to add the little blood pool around, like in the original. And it's going to be bright red because I've made a stylistic choice on the spot that dictates all blood shall be bright red and not dark red from now on. Yeah, I don't get no better than that. And that's about as good as it gets. And then I guess I can add the randomizer brush to it. Sure, it don't get better. And then, you know, I'll just move the scene along. So when he says, you know, along with the song, "Is it party time?" It's gonna move along and reveal the horrors here. So and the storyboard calls for that to be here. You know what? I couldn't agree more. So, I'll keyframe this. Then here I'll move it slightly, ever so slightly, this way. Then here, move it. Make it the focus, right? Guess I have to move it along a bit more. There you go. Sure. There you go. Well, no, I gotta go to the dope sheet for this. Gotta go to here and expand. Boom. The trees also need to be expanded upon, which is on this layer. Okay, boom. There you have it. That's about, yeah. Oh, the line there. This thing here needs to be longer as well. So I'll fix that without making it any thicker. Please. Thank you. Okay. Sweet. So, yeah. That's about it. So far I've gotten this done. Now the reason this dude here doesn't have a mouth, Bobir here, he doesn't have a mouth yet. That's because I gotta lip sync it. And so what I'll do is I will add lip sync on a different layer or on a different object, right? Just do it on there. But I usually save that to last. So yeah, I'm not there yet. So he's got no mouth. This guy has a mouth though, because he doesn't say nothing. He stays quiet. Still nobody type in. I've been at this for an hour or so. Okay, I guess I can do one last scene. How about that? I'm caving into the pressure here. The pressure which there is none of. So now the storyboard tells me that, and this is the plot of a Mr. Beast related video. So he's looking over at Mr. Beast's big tower there. Yeah, that's it. I just gotta animate that. Now, how does Mr. Beast's big tower look? It looks like what was it? Like that. No, I mean, an artist's rendition of the Mr. Beast logo from back then. Pretty simple stuff, but nonetheless very, very, very time consuming. So on this layer and this layer alone, I will make a blank keyframe, and then on here I'll just wipe the, yeah, I'll ask for a clean slate here. Thank you. Yeah, sure, how about that? How about they're both looking at the tower? How about both of them at the same? Ooh, and we could do like a panning shot, huh? How about that? Well, it's ambitious, but it could look better than that. So I'll do it. Let's do it, bro. Let's do it. Yeah, it's 25, I'll say. I don't know why it measures the digital brush size in meters, but it does. So, you know, you kind of have to deal with that, but I'm used to it now. And I just figured out there is actually an option to change it so that it's measured in pixels. And I tried it and I quit it because I'm used to this now. I'm used to typing, instead of 10 pixels, I type in 0.025 meters. That's just what I'm used to now. You know, what was that quote from Shawshank Redemption? If you watched that movie, where it's like, you know, eventually, a man who has been trapped in prison for many years will become dependent on it. You know, what that quote has to do with blender brush sizes, I'll let you be the judge, because I don't really know what I'm talking about either. Smaller. Duplicate. Flip. Yeah. Then the sculpt tool. Just, you know, the sculpt tool, pretty much like if there was no sculpt tool in Blender, grease pencil, I would still be on Flash. I'd still be on the illegal copy of Flash from 14 years ago. But it does indeed have the sculpt tool, so it's just such a great, it's so useful because you can a thing an artist or animator or whatever often faces is the complete inability to draw a good looking circle sometimes. And so, you know, you can draw a comically terrible circle, right? And you know, usually you'd have to do it over again. You'd say, okay, well, Control Z, try again, Control Z, try again, and so on until you end with one that's half decent. But with the sculpt tool, no, it's not how it goes. You can just sculpt it, you know, mold it so that it becomes a redeemed circle, you know, a good circle once more. Yeah, there you go. And it's not just circles either, you know, you can really just with anything, if anything just looks off. Sometimes, you know, when I used to animate in Flash and something looked off, like something was asymmetrical or something, you know, there was pretty much like pretty much nothing I could do except like redraw it or just accept it. But here, meh, just use the sculpt tool, meh. Fix that right up, meh. Genius. Absolute genius tool. Of course, it wasn't always for 2D. You know, I know it's a 3D tool, but it's damn good for 2D. So in that regard, the people who make Blender, they're geniuses. But you know, sometimes they are completely brain dead, and they don't realize they're making a program that humans are supposed to use. People with human brains, healthy human brains. So you know, they kind of add like you know, you gotta use nodes, and then you gotta click on 10 drop-down menus just to add an effect that's like pretty cool, but not really worth the trouble. It can be pretty... The usability of this program can be hit or miss. That's all I'll say about that. And then I'll shut up, I promise. Should have done it on those two layers instead. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. Boom, there you go. Boom, boom. And good old blue color here. Make it a bit of a darker blue and more bluish blue. Absolutely. I think I'll hide the storyboard here. And then, obviously, I mean, this guy's bald, but this guy, he's missing his hair. That's an easy fix. It's called drawing the hair in, you know? Very complicated procedure, but it works. Without fail. Ooh, okay. Hold on. Someone is typing in chat. Let me see here. I can't read it on this OBS. It's too pixelated. It's just keyboard smashing. But the thing. Oh yeah. I kind of. It was on the last live stream. I kind of didn't know what to call the object because I was like so nervous because it was my first stream, right? So I figured, okay, if I can't use my brain, then I won't. I'll just type in a keyboard smash. You know, that's about as good as I can do it. And then the other thing you wrote is, yeah, I mean, NASA guys have it easy compared to us animators, I tell you. It's not easy. No, I mean, I say it's a learning curve. Like, in all seriousness, it is a learning curve, but I'd say it's worth it. I mean, learning 2D Blender is definitely a bit easier. That's what I have to say about that. But I mean, thank you for commenting or leaving a chat there. I was worried no one was gonna, you know, like, you're number one, as you can tell. You're the first to do that. So yeah, I appreciate that. Now I just gotta draw the big Mr. Beast tower here. This one. This is from an old cartoon. I'm doing like an anniversary video. So this is episode 2 I'm referencing here. And that had this tower in it. So that's going into this. Now if you have responded, I can't see the chat without going into OBS, and I don't always feel like doing that. I gotta do the work here as well. Well, if you can call it work, sitting at your PC and I mean, it is work, I guess. Well, how do I work with the color on this? Like that. And then a blue one. There you go, there's your knockoff Mr. Beast logo here. But you know, Sculpt Tool fixes everything, man. Makes it look much better, let me tell you that. Much better than the original. So this and this, you know, it's got to be upwards. And then it's got to have its eye, obviously. You know, you got to have... There you go, boom. Okay, let me see here. Ooh, shit. Okay. Last time I had someone in chat, you know, they left before I even had the chance to respond because I hadn't looked for a while. But let me see here. Have you ever tried to model something in 3D before? I actually have. You know, it's very recently I did like a 3D render of a background in my show. That's also for this video. I think I can pull it up here. If I have it in my history, recent media, house shot. Yeah, this I had to model. And I encountered a lot of problems. This is a very simple, like, it looks like it's built out of Lego. That's the kindest thing you could say about it, but still, so much trouble. And you're getting the camera to move, like, at all, pretty much. You know, I couldn't get the skybox to work. Like, there's no simple way to add a blue gradient sky on Blender. There is not. You gotta jump through all sorts of hoops. So I just added it via the green screen. I stopped caring. I looked everywhere. I looked desperately after a tutorial where it was just like 1 minute long. This is how you do it. But no, there was no such thing, sadly. Yeah, this is kind of a downside. If you've colored in a hole, and you fill it in, it goes over the hole. Now I'm on an older version of Blender here. The newer ones do support like filling in things properly, but I don't want to switch. You know, weirdly enough, I don't want the newer versions because I'm used to it being terrible. If that makes sense, that is you know, I've grown accustomed to it. And yeah, I think I'm gonna stay on Blender 4.4 for the rest of my life, because if I can't handle going from 4.4 to 5.0, who knows how I'll react when I go from like 4.4 to 6.0, you know, when that comes out. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to take the heat there. So yeah, I'm just gonna stay on my humble Blender 4.4 here until the day that I can't use my fucking body anymore. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, but it does do that. That is still a pain in the ass. I think I'm just gonna make a new layer there. Just move it onto there. That'll fix it, right? Yeah, it fixes it right up. Boom. Alright, let me see here. Alright, well that was it. He's gone. That was, you know, but it's... I got further than, last time. Had about half of a conversation there. I feel like this is even worse than the actual one that I did. What was it? This Mr. Beast logo here. He's got the t-shirt on too. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, this is the original logo. This one's a bit... I'd say it's diabetic now. But I can fix that. Yeah, that's about the best I'm gonna be able to do in that department there. Okay. So now if I unblur everything, this is what it looks like. Oh, that's so good. Oh, that's so fire. Oh, so beautiful. And, you know, I'll draw clouds again. Just, you know, on the go. They don't have to look too good. They just have to look like they did in the last scene. And they don't quite look that way. Gotta turn this up. Then, you know, then I think I've got it. Almost. A little less. Then, you know, otherwise, I think I'll just. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh wow, looks like a real cloud, man. Look at it, man. Well, you know, I think it helps that I've actually seen a real cloud before, huh? How about that? Right, I know my stuff here. Okay, yeah, this looks, yeah, sure. Okay. Sky, yeah, that doesn't need to change. Okay. So these two, they are on this layer and this layer. They've got to move down. So I'll do that. So on this frame, they're here. It'll be a slow going thing, just like up to here, and I'll add a marker here and everything. Be real sweet about it, you know. 185 I think is right. And then move back here. No, it's not. It's. Oh, okay, it is all layers. Okay. That is the right thing to select there. Ease in. Ease out. I'd like a second opinion. Sure, ease out I think is what I chose there. That looks good. And then this tower here. Big old tower, you know. I'll just add that in as well. No, not this layer. There you go. And it'll move up, but not quite so much. You know, that'll ruin the immersion or whatever. And interpolate the sequence and then say, oh man, no wait, not in that frame. No. Frame 185, how could I forget? There you go. And then interpolate that as well. And yeah, that ought to do it. Yeah, it looks good, looks fine, you know. Looks like this when I render it. Yeah, that'll be good with like a post-processing effect or something, you know. That'll look passable, absolutely. Maybe this should be more down because I feel like it's getting too close to the safe areas here. Doesn't quite look good. But you know, that's as simple as moving it down, isn't it? Oh no, what happened? What went wrong here? Like jolts up here. Why? Don't know why. How about just... See, why have you got to do that now? I think it's because I edit this little blue frame here and not the actual frame. I think that's where the issue arises. No, it's not. Okay, I think I need to, what is it? Reinterpolate it, or whatever. Oh no, do I have to select? I have to select all of those. Okay, that was easy, but I didn't know it was gonna be. delete that, not the... Oh. It's not easy. Sometimes you get this software will test your patience. Really will. Does it even know I'm talking about those layers? No, it doesn't. It doesn't know anything. Okay, no, now I just broke the entire thing. Or no, I think I did it right. There really is no, Okay, sure. Nice. So the tween there is gone. The interpolation there is gone, so now I just gotta redo it. Yeah, just like that. Please. Please just do it like that. Please, please, please. Yeah. Nope, nope, not quite. That was no layers right there. You gotta have them all unlocked. There you go. Boom. Nice. Okay, I'd say that looks good. That'll look great. Now, like this, before I guess end the stream, because this was about my goal. My goal was 1 scene. I got 2 done. How about that? Although the scene number 2 was really just like 2 images moving. It counts for just as much, okay? But look, this is what it looks like in 3D. I always thought that looked neat, you know, that you could do that and it would actually like be layered. More on some scenes than others. Like, look at this. Wowee. Very cool stuff. You know, I like to do that sometimes when I'm bored of animating. I can do that for like 5 seconds and then get bored and then go back to doing my work. Alright, well that'll be it. Oh shit, wait, okay. He's still here. Just relaxing. What? Yeah, okay. Maybe I shouldn't have assumed that you were gone just because you weren't typing shit. That's my bad. Okay, you know that I'm coming from Flash. Okay, you've been watching for that long. You've been listening to that much bullshit. Well, is there something I miss? I mean, Blender has its own, Flash has its own kind of distinctive style. You know, you see that on Ed's World especially. And I also just thought it was an old version of Flash, and I thought that looked pretty cool. But you know, for all the very, very small things I miss from Blender, you know, I don't really miss it that much. I'll be honest. You know, I'm glad I moved on. But when I was starting to learn this, I was missing Blender or missing Flash a whole lot. I'll tell you that. I mean, layers here work completely differently. It's not the same system at all. Like, I remember that learning curve was brutal to me. It was really it was something else to learn. But I did it, and now look how good things look. And you know, there are so many cool tools. You know, when I went from Flash to Blender, I was like, okay, there are going to be some features missing. And I found out gradually, you know, no, it does have effects. It does have, and it has more effects even, and it has all of these types of things. So, you know, I don't miss it that much no more. I really don't. And, you know, the 3D stuff is pretty cool. You can add, like, a square to the animation or a cube if you want to. Now, why would you want to do that? I don't know. Oh, yeah, also, it runs worse. Blender, it is a little rougher on your PC. But I will say, I mean, Blender, you know, back when I was using Flash, that wasn't nice to my PC either. Yeah. But I'm glad I switched over, you know, ultimately. And thank you so much for watching the stream, dude. I don't know if you're the only one, but you're the only one typing. And thank you for that. Thank you very much. Yeah, so